Hi, this is Lisa Johnson from lisajohnsonfitness.com. There are so many diet books out there right now that it is really easy to get confused. I've vetted some of the best ones for you. They all offer great, well-researched advice, and best of all, they work. The first one up is from Dr. Walter Willett. He is the lead researcher of the Harvard Women's Nurses Study. His book, Eat, Drink, and Be Healthy, offers up a new pyramid guide. So there's the USDA pyramid, but he offers one that doesn't have any lobbyists or any other special interest groups competing for your attention. The best fitness tip that he has out of this book is that exercise and maintaining your weight are the most important things that you can do for a healthy diet. Everything else is on top of that. Really like his advice, very solid and very specific. The next book up is from Dr. Brian Wansink. Dr. Brian Wansink is a Stanford trained researcher. He actually works on consumer behavior out of Cornell University, and he talks about all the different choices that we make and don't think we're making throughout the day. He says, since from the time we wake up to the time we go to bed, there are over 200 food choices that we make, and we're only conscious of about 10% of them. So this is a good way to put on the brakes of mindless eating and a good way to sort of get yourself rebooted. One of his best tips is to eat until you are no longer hungry, as opposed to eating until you are full. So it's not about eating until you get stuffed, it's just until you're sated enough to go on. And I think that's something Americans have a lot of problems with. Segues nicely into my next book, which is called Savor, from Thich Nhat Hanh and Dr. Lillian Chung. Mr. Han is a Vietnamese Buddhist monk, and Dr. Chung is another Harvard researcher. She runs a great website called thenutritionsource.org, and it is a combination of mindfulness, Zen appreciation for food and where it comes from, and then Dr. Chung provides a lot of really good, solid pieces of advice and concrete ways that you can structure your diet. One of their best tips is to start every meal based on plants, and then to also add a lot of color to your meal. So if you're focused on plants and you're focused on color, you're going to wind up with a balanced, healthy, good plate of food. And then my favorite book of all time, I love this book, is from Michael Pollan. It's called Food Rules. He developed it as a guide for cardiologists to give out to heart patients. It is, I think it's about 68 different tips, little things that you can incorporate into your life. One of my absolute favorites is you can eat all the junk food you want, but you have to make it yourself from scratch. Another one of his favorite tips that I really like is if the food is delivered to you through a car window, it's not really food. So he just offers very simple tips. You can incorporate them anytime you want into your lifestyle. It takes less than an hour to read this guy, and I highly recommend getting it. So those are the books that I recommend. You can click the links below and go right to my Amazon affiliate. And if you read any of the books and you'd like to share your comments, I would love to hear it. Please add them below. Thank you very much. This is Lisa Johnson from lisajohnsonfitness.com.